People have heard about Cafe and they're excited. They like the fact that we have a resource like this. This is the first time in my 20 years on campus here that you really see a true integration of what we mean what we are as a faculty. Our research and our teaching is both addressed, and they're addressed with equal weight. It allows us to interact with each other as faculty in many different ways than we've had before.
Without Cafe, I would find it difficult to improve my teaching and improve our student learning. Student learning and active student learning, active engagement is really the foundation of what the Center for Advancing Faculty Excellence is all about.
I was introduced to Cafe through emails. I signed up for the courses and started taking the courses, and that's when I realized what Cafe really had to offer, and I realized that I had a lot to learn from Cafe.
Redesigning a course and taking something from a 15-week traditional classroom-based lecture and having to put it into a 4-week online summer course. And how do you do that with making the content still manageable? The questions that they pose are ones that really get you to kind of think through and challenge your thought process so that you can meet your teaching goals but still help the students reach their learning outcomes.
Often when people start on the tenure track like myself, it's kind of complicated. So from day one, Cafe has teamed us with the instructional design team. Well, I had never worked with Canvas, so that was something that we did during orientation.
I started working really closely with Cafe back a few years ago when we were shifting from Blackboard to Canvas. And that's when I really started to get to know some of the instructional designers and how much their expertise was important to not just the sort of Canvas redesign, but sort of me saying, well, I think I kind of want to do it this way. What do you think? And all the questions always went back to, well, how do you want to engage the students?
During my last semester, I did use the mid-semester feedback from Cafe, and that was really helpful because if you wait to the very end of the course to look at the student surveys, then there's no time to fix anything or make the class better. But for the mid-semester feedback, you have time to make a course correction and fix whatever you've been doing wrong or something that you can do better.
So typically in every semester I try to attend a new class, just sometimes to go and learn something new. And Cafe is a place for me to know who are the best teachers in the campus so I can go and attend in their class. In addition to that, for writing papers and proposals, it's a good place to get to know other people who are doing the same types of pedagogical research.
Like the vast majority of faculty on campus, I've had absolutely no education training whatsoever. A lot of our faculty go straight from getting their PhDs to teaching a class.
My background, I was trained to do research, and that's what a lot of faculty are. You're trained to research in your subject matter, and that's where I had my training. When I started teaching classes, I knew that I had some professors that were better at teaching than others. I tried to emulate some of them. But other than that, I had no other skills. I didn't know what best practices were. So that's one of the things Cafe has really added is what are the best practices? What are the tools you can use to engage students better? How do you do that?
I think what Cafe did for faculty, specifically for early career faculty like me, as I said before, is providing an environment where faculty can learn more about effective teaching techniques, things that didn't work, and then try to improve that.
In the rubrics workshop, I learned a lot. I learned a lot about tools and assessment practices. And one of the tools that I'm using now was actually from a colleague from engineering. So I think all those components, I just feel nurtured, supported, and I think like I'm learning or relearning how to better do my job.
a resource like Cafe is going to be important the way we're going as a faculty. So you talk about like our strategic plan is where we want to be in a few years, and it's a very detailed and very technical in a way how this is, but what it really comes down to is how are we building relationships with our students so that they're going to be successful, and so Cafe can help us with that.